If there is no struggle, there is no progress. These are the wise words of Frederick Douglass.
His quote not only holds true on a local or a national, but a global scale, and it's an idea that always has and always will withstand the test of time.
Simply speaking, it basically means that without any hardship, there would be no reason for change.
It's the principle behind the buzzwords you hear like independence and enlightenment, even the F word, freedom.
Yes, freedom. The freedom that was fought for in 1775 as open conflict between the 13 colonies and Great Britain. They faced a problem and fought to change it.
More specifically, they didn't like all the acts that Great Britain was imposing, among other things.
But nonetheless, they gained independence and became a country. That's progress. However, the idea of overcoming obstacles is not a new idea. In fact, hardship and struggle were the foundation of the Renaissance movements. I mean, look at it. You have all these awful things happening. The plague, feudalism, the Crusades.
The church was discredited and people were looking for answers as to why God had allowed the plague in the first place, or why after centuries of relative stability, Europe fell into chaos and warfare.
But look what it led to.
A resurgence of learning based on classical sources and educational reform, the development of linear perspective in painting, appreciation of luxury goods, and slightly further advancements in hygiene.
And people like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. But Frederick Douglass's principle can be traced back as early as man himself.
Looking back on our early hominid ancestors, if man was never faced with the challenge of starvation, he would have never learned to hunt or gather for that purpose.
You see, Frederick Douglass's quote applies not only in individual everyday life,
but to society as a whole.
We face a problem and we adapt to overcome it.
We invent new technologies to solve our existing problems.
We face struggle and seek progress.
And it's the simplest, inevitable truth that failure is a catalyst to successful results. Because whether it be the Industrial Revolution, the Constitution, the construction of the Suez Canal, or the end of apartheid, every great example of historical progress spawned from a problem demanding to be solved.
Because in the words of Frederick Douglass,
if there is no struggle,
there is no progress.